My name is Richard Glatter, and I built this shield and Hydra lenticular mosaic.
So, what is a lenticular mosaic?
A lenticular mosaic is a mosaic primarily made of cheese slopes, or you can do 45-degree slopes or other sloped pieces where you have two images in one mosaic.
Very cool, very cool. Now, this seems like a challenging thing to kind of plan for or design. What was your process like?
My process was to talk to Arthur Gujic, who he pretty much started this technique, and I talked with him and got a ton of advice from him on how to do this and how to make it look right. You have to do some weird things with math and scaling in order to get it to look right at the sides. That's why it looks a little bit oval in the middle, but from the sides it's very circular.
Interesting. And so we're gonna change locations to kind of take this into account. And yes, you are very correct with that. Very correct.
Yeah. It was a fun build. My fiance helped me build it. I did all of the pattern work where you actually see the image of the Hydra logo and the shield logo, and then she filled it all in for me.
Definitely. Now
I didn't go insane.
Yeah, that's a good call. Good call. Now, cheese slopes are a wonderful Lego element, but they are sometimes slightly hard to acquire. How did you get that many cheese slopes?
Well, that is definitely a challenge. There are 16,000 cheese slopes in there.
And that's a very easy number to calculate, I would assume, right?
Yeah, well, I used some software.
Yeah.
I used some software to help me design it, so I am able to tell you a number. And yes, it was hard to source them. I'm from Arkansas, so we don't have a Lego store. Our closest Lego store is 6 hours away.
Oklahoma City or something? Or?
No, Dallas.
Yeah, oh, Dallas. Really?
Yes. So I ended up going to Dallas for another trip and bought some pieces down there and from the Pick-a-Brick wall, and ended up calling about 4 other Lego stores and ordering parts from
they'll ship to you, right? Yeah. And they do that.
They do that. The hardest part to come across was actually the red cheese slopes, and that I ordered from the Czech Republic. It took 7 weeks for them to get here. And it was 6,000 red cheese slopes that I ordered.
And of course, some bricklaying seller in the Czech Republic would have that, right?
Absolutely.
I always wonder how that happens. Interesting.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to give, Arthur gave you some advice, so maybe to do Arthur some justice, what advice would you give to someone if they wanted to do a lenticular mosaic like this?
In order to really do the lenticular mosaic well, there is math involved in scaling it correctly so that it looks correct. I started off building a smaller mosaic first, just to confirm that the math worked and to actually figure it out. The building of it is a challenge in the fact that you have to skip every other row on each image, so it's hard. The other thing is double check your math before you start construction, and remember that you have to double the size of your image. I originally didn't do that. This was going to be bigger, but because it had to come in a car and travel 700 miles, I had to downsize it a little bit.
We have to do these things. So scale, and plan for transit.
Yes, absolutely. Planning for transport, if you want to bring it to a show, is hard. This is mounted to foam core, and then the foam core is cut in half, and then there's another piece of foam core behind it. It works very well. A lot of other people use bricks and actually expand it out, and if I was to do it again, that's what I would do.
Very cool. Richard, thank you so much for sharing with us. Wonderful build.
Thank you very much.